I'm dreaming of a ceasefire, a peace that lasts 1,000 years, where we unlearn hatred, where lives are sacred, where foes bravely face their fears.
Boys and girls, I'm very sorry to say that this year Christmas is cancelled. Right now we're witnessing a genocide happening in Gaza to the Palestinian people, 20,000 of whom have been killed, 50,000 of whom have been injured, and countless more are missing relatives and loved ones this Christmas. They won't be celebrating as we are, and so we ask you to remember them as you're sitting down for your Christmas meals, as you're doing your shopping today.
Are the Palestinian people not human beings as well? Do they not care about their family? But what we have is they do not have hospitals. The hospitals are being bombed. They do not have medicines. People are having treatment without pain relief. Just imagine if that was your relative, and I'm so sorry if you do have people in Gaza. And likewise, many of us will be remembering at this time of year family and close loved ones that we've lost, that have died, and how terrible that is. If you lose one person, how absolutely horrendous that is. Some people in Gaza have lost their whole family, and how absolutely unimaginable is that for us. And that is why every weekend, as many days as we can, we will be here demanding our politicians actually sit up and do something. So, I get notified about what our politicians are concerned about quite frequently.
Money.
Gareth Thomas, our Labour MP in Harrow West.
Gareth Thomas, shame on you! Shame on you!
And how many of you even know what a local mayor does? They're totally irrelevant. I used to be a councillor, and throughout my time I argued the post should be abolished.
Yes.
Because there are more important things for the local community.
Yes.
This is purely vanity projects for people. But this is what our politicians are concerned about, not the things that concern all of us. So until they wake up and realise that Palestinians are human beings as much as the constituents in Harrow East and Harrow West, they will not get our votes.
My name is Joseph. I'm a member of the local Jewish community in Harrow, and I am part of the growing number of Jewish people all around the world who have been demonstrating direct action, calling for a ceasefire, calling for the release of the hostages and an end to the siege of Gaza, which has been going on for some 16 years. The climate is changing in Israel and in the Jewish community. People are starting to realise that this cannot be justified. Whatever the horrors of the massacre on October the 7th by Hamas, this cannot be justified. This killing in Gaza must stop now. I quote the words of the prophet Amos, Vayigal Mayim Kamishpat, Tzedek Kenachal Eitan. Let justice roll down like waters, righteousness like a mighty stream. Thank you.
We come on our way to peace. Fa la 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 la. UK blesses Israel's tactics. Fa la 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 la. Soon next summer, that's just manic. Fa la 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 la. Sing we now in our millions. Fa la 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 la. Sing for every Palestinian. Fa la 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 la.
If Christ were to be born today, he would be born under the rubble and Israeli shelling. This is a powerful message we send to the world celebrating the holidays. Bethlehem is sad and broken. We are all in pain about what is happening in Gaza, feeling helpless and overwhelmed by our inability to offer anything. Some people in the West forget the existence of Palestinian Christians. This war affects everything, Palestinian, whether Muslim or Christian. It is our responsibility now to raise our voices as a nation to stop this war. While genocide is being committed against our people in Gaza, we cannot celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ this year in any way. We don't feel like celebrating. Our message to ourselves is this: God is with us in this pain. Christ was born in solidarity with those in pain and suffering. God is with the oppressed. We wanted to tell churches worldwide. Unfortunately, Christmas in Palestine is like this. Whether Christian or Muslim, this is the situation we are going through in Palestine. We're exposed to a genocidal war targeting all Palestinians. Unfortunately, when we think of the birth of baby Christ, we think of the babies brutally killed in Gaza.
Hopeful town of Bethlehem, quite soon your day will come. Let's go back to Israel, apartheid walls are gone. Shout it from the rooftops and spread to the streets, the people deserve peace. Bring down the occupation, let Palestine be free.
Everybody keeps saying that this is a religious war, that it is Muslims against Jews. It's not, okay? That's total rubbish. First of all three religions were born in that area. That area is important to every Abrahamic religion, not just if you happen to be Jewish or Christian or Muslim. Everybody feels that that place is holy to them. We talk about safeguarding our children. We talk about their mental health. And I saw that during the Ukraine war, children were actually asked to talk about their feelings. They were given the opportunity to talk about how all of these things were affecting them and how they felt for the children of Ukraine. And I still remember hearing on the news one reporter saying, "We can't believe this is happening. These are people like us. They're white with blue eyes. It's not like some Middle Eastern country." That was actually said by a news reporter. And so our schools are actually doing the same thing. They're basically keeping our children silent. They're not allowed to say anything, and if they do, they are then referred to prevent. They're talking about radicalization. And I think as parents of all faiths, we need to start putting pressure on our schools, writing to our schools and telling them that the welfare of all children matters. And I know that it's not just people from the Middle East who are affected by this. All children, if they are seeing what's happening in the news, will need to talk about it at some point.
On the first day of ceasefire, pray that we will see a land full of olive trees. On the second day of ceasefire, pray that we will see 2 mourning doves and a land full of olive trees. On the third day of ceasefire, pray that we will see 3 faces of love, 2 mourning doves, and a land full of olive trees.
School has been cancelled. Christmas has been cancelled. Life has been cancelled in Gaza. They are not less than us. We are less than them because we have all of the privileges given to us, and yet we're afraid to speak up. We're afraid not to go into work. We're afraid to say something about it at work because we're afraid for our livelihoods. They're afraid for their lives, not just their livelihoods. We need to show them solidarity, we need to stand with them, and we need to make sure our schools support our children.
Nation of the Palestinian nation, an end to the occupation, and a happy new year. These tidings we bring to politicians. We wish you would listen and stop the bombing. We all want a ceasefire. We all want a ceasefire. We all want a ceasefire. So call one right now. These tidings we bring genocide. We won't stop until you cease it. We won't stop until you cease it. We won't stop until you cease it. So ceasefire right now. Ceasefire. We all want a ceasefire. So call one right now. These tidings we bring to those governing. We don't want our taxes to fund genocide. We wish for